Okay, so hello everyone, this is Kamal Bunkar and today is second day of 50 days Android developer course. So in last day we have learned about the uh, Android Studio, the options and tools, about the layout file, about string.xml file. Okay, so now in today's session we will learn about how to create a layout. Okay, so there are different types of layout. First we will learn about the linear layout, then we will learn about relative layout, then table layout, tab layout, grid layout, and there is absolute layout, frame layout. So one by one we will try to cover all these things in today's session. Okay, so let's start. I am just closing my webcam. Okay, so as you see, this is our old activity, means last day we created that one. So I am going to remove all these things. Okay, so now, so as I told in yesterday session that every layout file, means this XML file, have one main activity or main layout. Okay, so first today we will discuss linear layout. So linear layout arrange the item in horizontal manner or in vertical manner. So suppose there we have three items, so 1 2 3. So if I set the orientation as horizontal, okay, so then this item will be arranged like that, 1 2 3. Or if I set this as a vertical, so this item will be arranged like 1 2 3. Okay, so first I am going to create a simple layout. Okay, so just first I just want a text view. Okay, so means a display text that you use for displaying name, address. Okay, so for that purpose we use text view. Okay, so whenever you create a new item, okay, so you have to define the width and height of this item. Okay, so there is two options, you choose the match parent or you can use the wrap content. Okay, so match parent means if you select this item, match parent, this item. Okay, so what happen, this text view will, let me check. So suppose, oh, all the tags become red. Let me so yes. Okay, so if you set this width as a match parent, so what happen, our text view will be capture entire screen from this end to this end. This will capture all the screen. Okay, so if you want this text only occupy that space, that uh, the sufficient for its title only, so you have to use this wrap content. Okay, so suppose I just type the name, then you will see the, I am just putting name in text view. So Android text, if you want to put some value in this text view, so I am just giving my name. Okay, so first there is a wrap content and wrap content only. Okay, so height is wrap content, width is wrap content. So see what happen in their display. Okay, so okay, so there you can see Kamal Bunkar is there at corner. Okay, so one more thing, that the default gravity okay, so inside this item linear layout, whether it is linear layout or relative layout, okay, so default gravity of all the item is top left corner. Okay, so every item will go on this, that side only. So if you didn't define any gravity on this item, so all the item will be go there. So what is the gravity, I will tell you after few minutes. Okay, so first we are in this wrap content and match parent. Okay, so one more thing I can do, I just put a background, so it will be different from, I am just putting a background color as a white. Okay, white 6 time F, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so there you can see this text view occupies that much space only. Okay, if I set the wrap content, so now I am going to change the width as a match parent. Okay, so now you can see the white space from this end to this end. Okay, so this much space is now occupied by this text view only. So if I change the width, if I change the height of this text view as a match parent, okay, so there will be only one text view that capture entire screen. Okay, so you can see this one. Give me one. Okay, so this is about wrap content and match parent. Okay, so now come to the gravity point. Okay, so I just leave it match parent and height is a match parent. Okay, so there is two types of gravity. Okay, so first I tell you about the gravity, simple gravity. Okay, there is two gravity, one is layout gravity, second is gravity only. Okay, so this simple gravity define, okay, so this simple gravities tell us that where you want this text. Okay, so right now our text view is from that end to this end. Okay, and the text is there. So if you put this gravity as the center, okay, so there is multiple option for center. If you can set the only horizontal center, if you set the, you can set the vertical center, or you can set both. Okay, so if you put the center only, so this Kamal Bunkar become in center of this text view. Okay, so this is about the simple gravity. So this simple gravity actually is the gravity inside your component, whether it is button or text view or edit text. Okay, so whatever you will write, so it will define by so you have to select this gravity to set the position of this text. Okay, now I just change this to wrap content. Okay, now I am going to tell you about the second gravity. So this is the second layout gravity. Okay, so this layout gravity define the position of this text view on this main layout. Okay, so if I set this as a, suppose I set is right. Okay, in right side, give me text. Wait, I think it's little slow today. What's going on? I just close some application, so then it will be good. Okay, so just set gravity, give me cursor quickly. Gravity is equal to, I just set as the right side. Okay, so this is the right. So now see in visual. So there you can see now our button is in right side. Okay, so this layout gravity define the gravity of our item on this main layout. Okay, so this is the difference between these two gravity. So now I just want to arrange it properly. So what I want, I am going to create a one text view in position 1. Okay, and then in second position I am going to put at edit text. Okay, so in position 1 I just put a name. Okay, like we see in a login form and other forms. Okay, and there is a edit text, so user can type anything. Okay, and below it I am going to put another text, means address. Okay, and in fourth position there, oh sorry, this is a third position. Okay, and there I will put a button. So this type of structure I am going to create using linear layout. Okay, after that I will create same structure using linear layout. Okay, so just remove it. So right now the text is change it as a name only. Okay, yes. So there is a multiple options that you can define the padding and margin. Okay, so margin means distance from outside border of this text view. Okay, so if I put some margin in right side, Android margin right. Okay, so I just put 20 dp. So you can see the button shift by 20 dp space from this side. Okay, now I am going to put a padding in right side. So what you see that this text will be moved this side. Okay, in that direction. So Android layout, see the padding right. Okay, so again I am putting a 20 dp. Okay, so you can see the inside space is moving. Okay, so it means it is creating a space inside this text view. So this is the difference between margin and padding. Okay, so now just change everything and make it in right way. So I am going to create a name in the first position. Okay, so it should be in left side, so put left, or if I leave it blank then it will automatically go in left position. Okay, so there you can see, so it is in this position. I just want to put some margin padding. If I remove everything on keep only margin, so that means it is margin from left side, margin from right side, margin from top, margin from bottom. Okay, on fourth side that put 20 dp margin. Okay, so this is it. Now the second thing is I am going to provide a text view or text edit text. Okay, so why there is to display? Okay, actually what happens generally, we can use the fragment inside our layout. Okay, floating button, there are multiple layer. Okay, so identify the layer, that's why there is the two different layout. Okay, so this is a blank structure. What happen, sometime we put two layers. Okay, one linear layout, inside it a second linear layout, so we have to drag and drop or check the position of second layout inside means the child layout. So that's why there are some problem in this visual view. So we use this second view to get the actual position of child. Okay, so this is about it. It is almost similar, but only difference is when you use the inherit child, then it require to use it. Okay. Okay, so where I was, I am going to edit text. So now create a edit text. So if you want user can type something in text box, so you have to use edit text. So again I am using wrap content because I don't want it capture this. Okay, so now put any hint. You can use hint tag. So hint, I am going to write a type name. Okay, this is my hint, and I can change the color of hint too. So there is the option that hint color. Okay, text hint color. So if I want some other color, so I can use, or there is by default 3 colors. So I am using a primary, means blue color. So you can see in there. Okay, so there you can see hint is there, but what we want name and edit text to be there. Okay, so what we have to do, I just close it. Okay, so inside main layout you can create multiple child. Okay, there is no restriction, you are free to do anything. So I am going to create another layout. Okay, but this time I will put the orientation as horizontal. Okay, so it should be match parent and height should be wrap content. Okay, otherwise it will capture the entire screen, but I want a second linear layout to be there, third will be there. Okay, so I am just going to put these two things inside child layout. Okay, there, and I just put a orientation tag. Orientation is horizontal. Okay, so that's why I think you understand. So there. Okay, so I am going to draw same thing what I am doing there. Yes, somebody is saying, sir, your voice is getting cut. Oh, I think in my side the network is correct. Maybe some problem in distance, that's why. Okay. Okay, so I am going to draw something what I am doing there. Okay, so actually what I am creating, this is our main layout. Okay, so this is a linear layout. Orientation of this layout is vertical. Okay, because what we want one name, 2 edit text, third address, fourth one is was button, and like that. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So to get that type of view, I am creating a linear layout. The orientation of this linear layout is vertical. Inside this linear layout I am again going to create a linear layout, but that time the orientation of this linear layout is horizontal. Okay, so whenever I put the item inside it, it will go there. Okay, so same thing I will do for second child. I will create another linear layout, that orientation will be horizontal, and I will put anything. So whether it is text view, edit text, or other things. And this is third, so I will put like that only. Okay, so this is about it, and just come to the code. So we will write it. Okay, so this is linear layout. Okay. Now I'm going to create a second linear layout. Match parent, height to be wrap content. Okay, so inside it we have to put address, means again a text view, wrap content. Okay, I just put the name as a text address. Okay, I am writing the name there directly, but you have to use this string.xml file and write name there. So I just once more show you. So suppose I want to write address there, so I will create a string in XML file, name it as address. Okay, and this is the actual value that we will see in layout when. Okay, so I want there to be address, so txt address. Okay, so there is address, that's it. Okay, now I want a button, so put a button, no problem. Wrap content. Okay, first use wrap content initially, then change view accordingly. I just put a text submit button. Okay, that's it. Okay, so now have a look and view. So you will see the view is not very good. Okay, so now I am going to arrange these things. So I will put some padding, margin, so then it will look good. Okay, so first I am going to put padding or margin in first child. Okay, first linear layout. So because the second linear layout is very close to this one. Okay, so I put a margin bottom, I put 20 dp. Okay, so now it's go there. Second thing, I want this edit text to be little more left side. So Android, I am putting margin on left side. Okay, from this text view I want some margin, so put 20 dp. Okay, so there, and I will shift this submit button to there and address to be there. Okay, so now come to the this button. Okay, and Android margin left to be 20 dp, and this submit button margin to be Android margin 20 dp. Okay, so let's see where it go. Okay, so it is little bit correct, but this is not correct, so we have to again put some extra margin there. So I just raise this margin. Okay, so no, again put some 50 dp. Okay, so now it is good. So just put some white background in text view. Android background color is white as 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so this is it. Actually I put some padding, that's why this is like that. So I just put padding in every side. Android padding, always whenever you use text view put padding 5 dp, or if you want a small text view, so put padding as 2 dp only. Okay, so remove this padding right side 20 dp. Okay, so now it's good. So if I want this text to be bold and big. Okay, so I can use text style. Okay, so there is text style, use bold, italic or normal. So if you want bold, so use the bold. Okay, so it will be little bold, or either you can change the text size also. There is all the options. Okay, so I want text size to be big, so text size, so this is size. Okay, so you have to provide any integer value. So normally for h1 tag we use 16 dp. Okay, in HTML, and for paragraph we use 12 dp, so same thing is there. Okay, so you can see it is little big. So one more thing, you can see this edit text is going up, means it is on very close to this border. Okay, so I am going to keep it in this position, center position. So I will put Android gravity. So I just want center vertical. So does it change anything? No, I think no. So because it occupies that much space. Okay, so we have to put margin from bottom or from up. Android margin, put margin from top, so 20 dp. I think it more than. Okay, so now it comes to the same row. Okay, so in same row all these things are arranged. So this is how you can use you can arrange all these things. Okay, so you are free to use any number of child inside your main layout. Okay, so either you can use relative layout or frame layout. Okay, relative layout, so there is relative layout, you can use it, no restriction at all. You can use frame layout. Okay, so it is all up to you which layout you want, so I just leave it as it is. Okay, so now I am going to create a second layout, and this layout will be, I will create the same view using relative layout. Okay, I am going to create same layout or same view using relative layout. So come to the this folder, layout folder, and right click on it. Okay, so go to the new and click on layout resource file. Okay, so I am going to create a relative layout, so I just type a relative layout. Okay, but it is a keyword, so don't use exactly, just make some changes. So relative lay. Okay, that is, otherwise sometime it creates problem if we use keyword name in file name, then sometime it creates problems. Okay, so there you can see again a main activity, so just change it. So relative layout. Okay. Okay, so what happen in relative layout? Who is there? Someone? Okay, so leave it. So okay, so I am talking about the relative layout. So relative layout, we will arrange the item with the position of other items. Okay, you can say that is a suppose we are going to create this type of view. Okay, so suppose I want to put this button, so generally in relative layout I put a button, or you can see a text view. Okay, I am just putting Android name, text as a name. Okay. Okay, now I want this text, edit text, to be left side of or right side of this name. Okay, so for that one I have to explain that key I want a button to be in left side of this text view. Okay, so for that one we have to create a ID of this text view first. Android ID, give any ID, whether it is name, so just text view 1. Okay, so I am going to create a edit text that will be on right side of this text view. So what I have to tell the Android OS that I want this edit text to be in right of this text view 1. Okay, so to right of layout, to right of provide this ID name. So ID name is text view 1, so text view 1. Okay, so I think so this is there, so just put a hint tag, so or hint type here. Okay. And I just put some background, so then it will differentiate. Android background, what I just want pink is there. Okay, this is good. Okay, so we have to define the respective position of other items. If I want this to be in right side of this item, so we have to tell that in the left side of text view, or in the right side of text view, or above this button or below this button, like that. Okay, means we have to explain the respective position of other items. So suppose I remove it, means I didn't write it, so what happens? Okay, so actually this is big, so that's why. Otherwise actually if I put a text view, okay, so wrap content, and I just type a name, means text as address. Okay, so now see what happens. Okay, so you can see the address is overlapping the name. Okay, both in the same position. So so this is the case in relative layout. We have to define the respective position of other items in this layout. Okay, so just correct everything, edit text. Okay, and right side of right to RIGHT, right of text view. Okay, and margin padding are same. Okay, all other properties are same, only difference is orientation. So there is no orientation in relative layout. Okay, it is for what is ID. Oh, okay, so ID is this portion is only a keyword. Okay, so by this, using this keyword, you will create a ID for this text view. Okay, so when we use this text view in our Java file, so we have to call this name. Okay, so to access this item through our Java file, we have to create a ID. So this is it, means Kamal Bunkar is my name, but my college ID is 1110, like that. Okay, so when I someone call me from this Java file, so it will call as a 1158, like that. I will show you just after 5-10 minutes. Okay. So where is layout? Okay, so this is it. So because we cannot we have to define id, because otherwise how we can say that put this text view in left of what. Okay, so that's why we have to define an id or provide a name for that component or buttons. Okay, okay, so there to be a plus. Okay, so one more thing, in some case you will see this @id, or there you see @ id. Okay, so in new Android Studio you will see like that only, or in old version you will see +1. Okay, so sometimes it's mismatch, but use this one only, @+id, like that. Okay, my Android Studio version is 2.3.0, and if you download it just now 1 to 3 days before, so your Android Studio version will be 3.0. Okay, so just correct everything, so as a type name. Okay, now I have to put margin padding, so just put rest of the things are same. Android margin in left side. Okay, so just put 20 dp. So you can see. Okay, and I want it there to Android margin left 20 dp and it is very close to top, so I just put the margin top 20 dp. So there is the same thing, I am just putting Android margin top as the 20 dp to. Okay, so now it will go from there to there. Okay, now we have to put third item, that is the address. Okay, so it is again a text view, wrap content, Android text. There is so many options. Okay, when you will click like that, so you will find all the options. So take a look on this, all the options. Okay, these options are same for almost all the text view, edit text. Okay, so only few properties will not be there, like in text view there is no source type. Okay, but in image view, when you will use a image view, image view. Okay, so there will be a property name as a source. Okay, to select the image from directory or your folder, like that. But in text view there is no such a property. So this is a general idea, you know about it. So just create a text view as I am, and what I am. Okay, so gives name, so Android text, Android text, this is address. Okay, so now I want this address to be below this name. Okay, so Android below, layout below, and provide the ID is the text view 1. Okay, so now it come to the below that name. Okay, but it will be not in line, so I am just putting some margin top, so it will be more than 60, I think, then it will be in line. Or okay, so just move it from left side, so just put some margin, Android margin left to be 20 dp, because we are using 20 dp in there also, so it will be go there. Okay, and one more thing, I want what is there, submit button. Okay, so I want a button, so button wrap content, okay, wrap content, oh not match parent, wrap content. Okay, give any name, text submit. Okay, so now I want this button to be right side of address but below the edit text. Okay, so I have to give these two properties there. So one thing is to the right of, so to the right of name of this edit text there is id, so there is no id, so I have to create id first. So id address. Okay, so I want it to be right side of address, so g right of address, and okay, so you can see it will move there, but I want this to be below this edit text. So below of edit text I have given any name or id to it, so no, so create a id for it, Android id edit text only. Okay, edit text 1. So I want it to be below edit text, so Android below, so layout below edit text, so I want edit text 1. Okay, so it will go there. Okay, so put some margin, so it will be in same line, Android margin top. Okay, there is no standard way or there is no book of rule that will explain you that how to arrange this all this item. It is all up to you. Okay, you can I have to put some padding or not, so no, just margin left 2, so left 5 dp is enough, I think. So now this is enough, and this is very, so top margin to be I think 30. Okay, so remove this top margin. Okay, so this is it. So you get the idea how you can use the relative layout to create a new layout. Okay, I can do one more thing that will make my work very easy. Inside this relative layout I can put a linear layout there. Okay, so suppose if I put I directly copy the code from there, otherwise it is wastage of time. Okay, so I just want this complete layout. Okay, so I am going to remove this third and fourth item. Instead of this I am just putting linear layout. Okay, so first look at in visual. So what happens, so all this item is there. So what I will do, I will just define that I want this linear layout below this name or below this edit text. Okay, so just use Android below, so use edit text. Okay, so now it is automatically arranged, so there is no standard way, so you can use anything. Okay, So this is about relative layout. Now I am going to create a table layout. Okay, so table, you know, table column. So table layout. Okay, so this is it. So now again try same thing, just change the main layout name is table layout, table layout. Okay, I will tell you about this tab host, but first table layout. One by one we will learn everything. Okay. So in table what we have a row and we have a column. Okay, so first we create a row, inside it we put the items, and then we put the second row and put the items, like that we will do. Okay, so create a first row, so table table row. Okay, so Android width should be match parent, because I want it to be capture entire screen, or and height to be wrap content. Okay, so now inside it you have to put your item. Okay, so just I am copying text view and button from main layout. Okay, just copy it, or you can write it. So first look in visual view, then I will make some change. Okay, so you can see so there you can see there is two item, one item is name, second is edit text. Okay, both arranged in a row in horizontal manner. If I put a second row, means our third and fourth item. So what I will do, I will create another row. So table row. Okay, just provide width and height, so same thing, just copy it. Okay, so width is a match parent, height is wrap content. Okay, put third and fourth item, so our third and fourth item is there. Okay, so without wasting the time, I am just copying paste. So this will be arranged automatically. Okay, there is no difference. So there you can see there is no relative layout or orientation to arrange this item in horizontal line. Once you put this tag table row, it will arrange in horizontal manner. Okay, so there is one more property you can use in this table layout. So Android table row means what is this row? I think there was a row. Android layout row. Oh, sorry, not row. This is a column, layout column. Okay, so you can explicitly define where you want this item. Okay, so in first column or in second column. Okay, so this will be go in second column. Right now we have two column only, 1 2 1 2, like that. Okay, so layout column 2. Okay, so you can do these things too. Okay, so like that it will be move. Okay, so I am going to take a 5-minute break. Okay, then we will continue on absolute layout and what frame layout. I think because these methods are depreciated, absolute layout is no longer in use. Okay, Android column 2. Okay, so this is it. So like that it will arrange. Okay, so do you have question any? Do you have any questions? Yes, tell me. Is difference between linear and linear? What is the difference between linear and relative layout? Okay, this is your question. Okay, so this is all about, yes, okay, this is about how you will arrange the item inside this relative layout or in linear layout. Okay, so in linear layout there is only two properties, whether the item will be go in horizontal manner or whether it will go in vertical manner. Okay, but what happen in linear layout, there is very tough to arrange. Let me draw something. Okay, so what happens, suppose I want a item. Okay, so suppose this is my text view and I want a circular image over there. Okay, so right now it is not completely above it, above this text view. Okay, so there you can see it is on that line, so half in this row and half the above that row. Okay, so in linear layout it is very difficult to arrange this, make this type of design. Okay, so for creating this type layout design we have to use relative layout. And one more thing, suppose I want this circle to be there. Okay, so above this image view, so sometime you see what, let me sometime you see text view. Okay, so over there you can see a image. Okay, so your image, yeah, suppose this is e-commerce app. Okay, so this is a product and you will see a price tag there. Okay, company name there or any manufacturer name like that. So to create this type of design it is almost impossible in linear layout, so that's why we have to use that's why we have to use relative layout. Okay, so using the relative layout you can overlap the item over one item. Okay, like that I can create multiple circles like that. Okay, so this is the main difference between linear layout and relative layout. Okay, so you got the answer. Yes, okay, so 5-minute break. We will continue after 5 minutes. Right now in my clock is 6:05. Okay, so I will meet after 6:10. Okay, so this is about table layout. Just let me look on So linear layout we have completed, linear relative layout, table layout. So this is a tab layout. Actually I will discuss this tab layout after 10 days, okay, because it is a dynamic, it requires coding, okay, we have to write the code in Java files. So right now I am not going to tell it. Okay, so one more thing, this absolute layout is depreciated. So suppose I want absolute layout, okay, so if I try to create absolute layout, so you will see there is a one line, okay, absolute layout is depreciated. This become depreciated because it is very old method. So that time what we have to do, we have to give the exact position of these items or text view where it will be placed in this layout, okay. So the position will be like 200 pixel from this side and 200 pixel from that side, okay. So then it will be placed in that position. So this is very difficult for developer to predict the accurate position of items that will match to all the devices. So that's why it become depreciated, okay. And second one is the frame layout. Frame layout is same as the relative layout, but this is it require one single child, okay. So basically it is for the I have to draw something, then you will get, okay. So suppose this is a frame layout. So main use of frame layout is that it want a single child, okay, so that occupy the all the entire screen. So like in image gallery, suppose you want a image gallery, so then you use this frame layout, then it will work good, okay. So and rest of the functionality are same as relative layout. You can put other items there too, so it will become overlap to others item like that, okay. Oh, where is, I have to remove it, okay. And the third one is grid layout. Grid layout in grid pattern, you can say. So there you can see a grid, okay, column like this. So it is in 1 2 3 4 all in horizontal way, okay. So it is not much use because we do all the work with linear layout and relative layout, okay. And then we will, if we require, we use frame layout, because this tab layout means table layout and grid layout very hard to manage, so that's why we don't use it. Okay, so now come to the Java file, okay. So I am using this main layout, main activity, there I put I am using a linear layout, okay. So now today we will try to put some event on these buttons. So this is a text view, once again look at this design. So this is the name and this is a edit text. So I will type something on this button, okay, and we will see the result in logcat, or even I will pop up the message, okay. So what happen when I will run this code, okay, so I will see this display and I will type on this edit text, and when I will type I will click on this submit button, okay. So after clicking on submit button we will see the result on there in logcat, okay. This is a simple task that I am going to create. Okay, so now come to the layer. We don't want all these things. Okay. Okay, so in Java file, this is our main file. Okay, so there already set the layout. So if you want other layout, you can change it. So suppose you want relative layout to be there, so you can use it. So relative layout, like, okay. So I am working on main. Okay, so you was asking for the ID. Okay, so there you will see the use of ID again. Okay, so right now you see there is no ID in this edit text in there. Okay, so because this text view is for display purpose only, we have to work on this edit text and we have to perform on click event on this button. Okay, so I am going to put ID on these two. So just create a ID for button. So Android ID. IDs you can put any name. So button submits. Okay, btn submit, and this is the edit text. So Android ID edit name. Okay, so this is my ID. Okay, come to the point. So first we have to declare the button and edit text. Okay, so for that one use button if you want button. So type capital B and type button. Okay, so give any name. This is like creating a variable. Okay, button variable. So I just type the same name, btn submit. Okay, you can use different name, there is no difference, and just put colon. And we have a edit text, so create a variable for edit text. Edit text, edit what is this name. Okay, okay, so now we have to define it. So first I am going to use the edit text, then I will use button. Okay, so edit text, variable name is edit text, edit name, sorry, edit name is equal to, we have to typecast. Okay, typecast means define, explain that it is a edit text. So just edit text. Okay, and find view by ID. Okay, just type find, so it will automatically pop up this method. Okay, find view by ID. So by ID I am getting the this item name. Okay, so ID is inside the resource folder, so you have to use r dot id dot id dot. Okay, so ID is edit name, so use it and put a colon. Okay, so once more look at the ID. So ID of this edit text is edit name. Okay, do same thing with the button. So button btn is equal to button. Okay, find view by ID, r dot id dot btn. Okay, so that's it. So you don't have to remember all these things, all the method will be pop up everywhere whenever you type the initial of your IDs and components. Okay, so what we want, when I click on submit button, it will get the text from this edit text. Okay, so I have to assign a listener on this button. Okay, so this listener will be on click listener. So when someone click on this button, it will perform action. Okay, So use the button btn submit. Okay, put at dot, and you have to use the on set listener. So on, click on set, or whether, yes, on, yes, set on click listener. This is the listener name you have to use. Okay, so inside it you have to override the method or pass the, there you can see on click listener. Okay, you need this method. So new, type capital O, and so it will pop up the method also. So click first one, on click listener. It will create a method on click. Just wait, it will create. Okay. So there you can see we have to override this method on click. Okay, so now you are free to do anything inside it. Write code here. Okay, so whenever I click on this button, I have to explain the action inside this on click. Okay, so what I want when I click on button, I want value from this edit text. Okay, so there is two method, one is set text or get text. Okay, so by getting the text, I will get the text from this edit text, or using the set text I will put some value in this edit text. Okay, so but right now I want value from edit text, so I will use get text. Edit name dot, I want value, so get text. Wait, get. Okay, so this is the method name, get text. Okay, so either you can use a string, temporary string, or store this value in this string. Okay, so one more thing that you have to do, you have to explain that this whatever value you are getting from this edit text should be in string format. So what you have to do, you have to convert it into string. So use on to string. Okay, so edit text dot to string. So whatever value you will get from this edit text, it will be in string format, because in edit text user can type anything, integer, special character. Okay, so convert this letter into string is compulsory. So now I just want this value to be print in logcat. So generally I use log.e. Okay, so there we have to pass two string. One is the identification string. So generally we use our Java class name, so that way we can identify that this Java code is working. Okay, and we are seeing the log from this activity. Okay, so now there you can type anything. So this is user input. Okay, so tmp temp, that's it. Okay, so this is it. So I am going to run this code. Okay, then we will see in visual. So this is my device, and you see we created this my pixel phone yesterday also. So I think you had tried this virtual device. Let me connect my phone so you will see the display. Okay, so now you can see my device. Okay, so there it is, Gradle is building. So just have a look in this document file. Okay, so there is some dependency we have to learn today. Okay, okay, so now you know about the layout file. So there is a one more important thing. So generally this layout file is sufficient for a smartphone, okay, but not sufficient for, means it will not look good in tablet view. Okay, so for tablet view, what you have to do, you have to create a separate folder. The folder name will be layout sw 600dp, okay, and second layout folder name will be layout sw 720dp. Okay, so this is for big big tablet view, and this is for smaller tablet view. Okay, so some tablet has a small screen, so for that one. Okay, so what you have to do, just create a two different folder and create your layout file name. So file name will be same. Okay, so if you want let me draw, then okay, so suppose this is a view in my smartphone, means okay, I want button there, or there. Okay, but in tablet, my tablet is something like that, like this. Okay, so what I want this for in one row only, not in two row. Okay, so what you have to do, go to the directory. Oh, let me open it. Okay, so I think I am going to inside the project directory, then I will create a folder. Okay, so my Android Studio is inside C drive. Okay, user, there are so many software running on my phone at a time. Could you please also share code? Yes, in server there is a downloadable code. So whatever I will write on each day, I will upload in server. So I think you already seen this code in old class. Okay, you have access there. So today's in this batch course I will upload in second online class. Okay, my system become hang, I think. There is so many softwares running right now. Okay, so let me hang. So this is my Android Studio project. So we are working on first project. So this is first project, app, source, main, res. Okay, so there you have to create a folder, new folder for tablet view only. Okay, so if suppose your client require a different type of view in tablet, so you have to create a separate folder. So folder name will be layout dash sw600 dp. Okay, so Android OS will automatically detect it. Okay, so inside it you have to put the same file name. Okay, so actually what happened in your Java file, so see there below. Okay, so in their Java file we can attach one file at a time. Okay, in XML file we can attach only one file. So the code will be same because the function of these buttons, suppose there is 4 buttons and each have some separate function. So for tablet view and for phone view, both the functions will be same. Okay, so we cannot change the code, but we want only layout to be changed. So you have to create a same file name inside this tablet folder. Okay, so there you can see file name is activity underscore main dot xml. So same folder, same file you have to create there. So create a new file name as activity underscore main dot xml. Okay, so this is it. Just refresh the view. So I just remove it. Okay, so drawing I just want to once this Android Studio become refresh, it will show you the folder. Okay, so Gradle is also running there. That's why it is creating problem. Okay, so there is something. Oh, there is text name. So basically this where is refactor. Okay, so there is just wait, it will take time. Or just simply cancel it, we will work on it after. Okay, so Gradle has completed its work. Okay, so it is ready, just have a look. Okay, so what I am going to do, just type a name. Okay, so whatever, forget about it. So just I am going to click on submit button, or I either click from here. Okay, so there you can see this is username KSM. Okay, so suppose if I change the name Kamal Bunkar. Okay, so now again I'm going to click submit. So there you can see. So this is how you can create a click event on button. So there is other option too. So if you want a long press, so just use dot and use long. So set long click listener. Okay, so this is it. There is option set on long click listener, so you can do these things too. Actually you can customize this button from XML file or from Java file also. Okay, so if I want the button name to be changed at runtime, okay, so set text. Okay, so now I want button name to be sign up. Okay, so when I will run this code, so my button name becomes sign up. Okay, instead of submit. So right now there is submit. Once I will run this code, it becomes sign up. Okay, so there is other function. So like I can change the background of button, I can change the text color, I can change the hint. All these things you can do from Java code also. Okay, so this is for today's session, and we will work on files and in layout in tomorrow's session. Okay, so do you have any question? I will upload this code in server. Okay, and I will upload the video in server too. Yesterday video is taking time because there is some problem in voice in yesterday video, that's why I didn't upload till now. Okay, so I will try to upload it tonight. So do you have any questions? No. Okay, okay, so we will meet in tomorrow session. Okay, at the same time. So okay, bye.